3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. It. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
And we're live. What a blank screen that looks like right now, huh? I was not late for anything. I was not underprepared for anything. I'm not going to be working on the starting lineup graphic while I'm doing this right now, while I'm talking into a microphone. Let's hope the mic is working. Everything's working, I think. I think we're all good. NBA basketball is here. It is here right now. It is real. I'm real, barely. We're outside. It's windy. I pray that it doesn't sound too wild on the microphone. But if it does, we outside. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of the aura. It's part of the energy of this broadcast right now, okay? And my energy is pretty freaking high for this basketball game. Not only because it's a Western Conference game and everything in the West right now is absolutely insane. Everything's being shifted by the minute, it feels like, in the standings. But also, this is going to be the first time, and you guys know, anybody who knows me, you know I'm a Laker fan. I do my best to call the game straight, and especially when it's a neutral game between the Mavericks and the Clippers, I'm not going to have any problem having any bias. But as a Laker fan, this is going to be my first time watching Anthony Davis as a Dallas Maverick. And that is going to blow my mind. We're here at the Intuit Dome. Not really. You know we're in my backyard. The Mavericks are actually... It's impossible. I'm gonna start over that part because I don't even know what other flip I was saying. I'm looking at the TV right now, just waiting for the game to start. Let's do this. I'm gonna get into professional broadcaster mode now. Live from the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California, WBE presents NBA basketball on that 562 radio network. Hello, everybody. I'm Noah Daigle, here tonight for what should be a good game between the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Clippers. That, however, was not the case last night. The Clippers absolutely steamrolled the Mavericks last night, winning 114-91. It wasn't even close. Najee Marshall and Spencer Dinwiddie were the only guys in the Mavericks whole Mavericks whole starting lineup to crack double digits, while Jaden Hardy scored 16 off the bench, but late in the game rolled his ankle. So he is now out with an ankle sprain. The Mavericks injuries continue to pile up. The tip is up here in Inglewood, and the Mavericks take it. So because I don't have a graphic here on the screen right now, I'll tell you the starting lineup straight up. Spencer Dinwiddie, PJ Washington, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively are the starting five for the Mavericks, as it's a turnover right out of the gate for Dallas, while for the Clippers, who are in their blue Clips uniforms, a little baby blue Clips uniforms, the Mavericks are in their dark blue Mavs uniforms. James Harden makes a move on Thompson, gets blocked by Derek Lively at the rim. They're going to call it a goaltend. So the starting lineup for the Clippers is the one that has been very successful for them down the stretch here in the season. James Harden, Chris Dunn, Norm Powell, Ivica Zubac, all guys that you'd expect to be in there. The one guy, Kawhi Leonard, is playing the second half of a back-to-back for the first time all season as Anthony Davis drives to the rim for a layup and knots this game early on at 2. The first back-to-back of the year for Kawhi Leonard, and it may be the first back-to-back in more than a year. I don't know the exact date on that, but I know for sure his first back-to-back this year. Norm Powell's step back 3 on the right wing is no good. Rebound, PJ Washington. While the Mavericks will be missing out on Jaden Hardy and Daniel Gafford tonight. Gafford played last night. They don't want him playing the second half of a back-to-back yet. They switch out Gafford for Lively, who didn't play the first half of the back-to-back last night. As Lively's stripped by Kawhi down low, it's kicked off the foot of Dunn, though, and it'll remain Mavs ball with a mere 3 seconds on the shot clock. They'll take it out from the sideline, from the baseline, excuse me. So they'll swamp bigs, the Mavericks will. Lively will get the minutes that Gafford got last night. Here's the inbound from Dinwiddie. Floats it into AD. He's going to have to get a shot off. Turn around Jay in the corner. That's way off. Rebound, Big Zoo. And then Anthony Davis, who did not play the first half of the back-to-back last night, will play tonight. Haven't heard anything about any type of minutes restriction whatsoever for either Lively or Davis, although I'm sure there will be something that Jason Kidd will deploy to not have those guys overworked too much, especially going into what is 100% guaranteed a play-in scenario for the Mavericks. Or should I say, yeah, it's technically not still 100% guaranteed. Lively just made a nice, or Big Zoo made a shot down low. Here's Zubac trying to seal Lively. Lively steals the ball. PJ Washington will bring the ball up the floor now. He's one-on-one with Norm Powell at the top of the key. Drives with his left. Is stripped with the right hand of Powell. He comes back up with it, though. Ends up in Klay Thompson's hands for 3. Quick trigger. No good. Rebound, Big Zoo. Zoo's on pace for about 50 rebounds right now. Here's Harden in transition. Gets it to Norm Powell in the corner. Nice between the leg move. Drive on Lively's blocked. One block negated by a goaltend for Lively, and then one real block now that'll actually go in the box score. Lively looking ferocious on the defensive end already. The Mavs right now, the situation for the Mavs is they cannot go above the 9 spot in the West right now. It's impossible at this point of the season. They are mathematically eliminated from 8 or higher. Big Zoo, a nice shot down low, gets it to go. About 5 feet from the hoop, and the Clips are up 6-2 early on. I'll make sure at the first time out I'll update the scoreboard and everything. For now, just pretend like it's the radio and you know all this stuff. Amir Coffey is out for the Clippers, I should mention, as Derek Lively just tried to jump over Kawhi Leonard to secure an offensive rebound and nearly folded him in half. It'll be an offensive foul on Derek Lively. Lively's looking for a guy who's been out for a lot this season, and that's been the case for a lot of Mavericks this year, just out for extended periods of time. He's looking bouncy here to start off in Inglewood. 9-10 left here in the first. The Clippers are leading 6-2. Kawhi Leonard's got the ball on the right wing. He's going one-on-one with Klay. Decides to post him up, dribbling with his left. Goes to his left. Pops it back out to Harden. Pump fake. Drive. Floater with the left. Got it. Patented James Harden there, creating space and driving to the lane for an easy floater. 8-2, Clippers lead early on. Here's Dinwiddie on the left wing, who's really taken all of Kyrie Irving's minutes and has played pretty darn well. I mean, it's hard to compare to Kyrie Irving, but Dinwiddie has done a good job. Here's Lively down low. Nice left hook. Got it to go. Brings the Mavericks within 4. 8-4 early on here with 8.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Here's Harden going one-on-one with Washington. Nice crossover move. Drives. Loses it in the air, but it goes off of Washington's hands and out of bounds. So the Mavs, as Derek Lively will check out at the game, the Mavs cannot go above the 9 seed in this play-in, playoff scenario for the Western Conference right now. However, they can still fall out of the play-in. So the Mavs have something to play for, as Najee Marshall will check in for his first minutes of the game. He has been a revelation for the Mavs this season. With so many injuries, he's been one guy who stayed healthy and has played very well, both in starting minutes and off the bench. Here's Harden inbounding it on the baseline. Gets it to Big Zoo, top of the key. He'll just drive. Nobody contested him, even close to the lane. And Leonard will put up a left-handed layup, and it won't be good. Rebound AD. Zoo was outside on the left wing and just decided to drive because he had all the room in the world. Laid it off to Leonard, who couldn't get the layup to go. AD's now on the other side. Top of the key 3 ball. Got it. Flushed home for AD, and that's his first points of the game. AD playing with a Band-Aid on his right eyebrow. Must have gotten caught the other day. He's had that Band-Aid for a minute now. Here's Harden. Patented step back 3 on the right wing. No good. Rebound, Spencer Dinwiddie. AD, of course, was dealing with that abductor issue for a long time. Had him out for a number of weeks. As Dinwiddie gets it to AD. He'll shoot his second 3 of the game. This time from the left wing. That one rattles out. Rebound, Big Zoo. Here's Norm Powell. Gets stripped by AD. Tapped out from behind. PJ Washington comes up the ball. Gets it to Anthony Davis in transition. He'll go one-on-one with Zoo. He can't get it to go. Offensive board. Got that one. Will they count it, though? It looks like they're going to call a foul on Zubac on the first attempt. So the bucket by AD will be negated on that second attempt. They called a foul on Zubac on that first shot attempt from Anthony Davis. He'll go to the line for the first time here tonight. Of course, AD almost certainly would have been a lock for all defense this year. Even would have been a contender for Defensive Player of the Year, but he will not reach the 65 game limit, or minimum, I should say, to qualify for any of those awards. A lot of guys this year where that's a issue, especially in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Victor Wembanyama will not qualify for anything either, being out with that blood clot issue. AD just went 1 for 2 at the line, so we're knotted up at 8 now. 7:30 left here in the first. Here's Chris Dunn bringing it up the floor, hands it off to Harden. Trying to create separation between Marshall and Harden. He does just enough. Harden pulls up for 3 and takes advantage of that separation, cans it, puts the Clippers back up by 3. The Clippers are 27-11 at home this year, a great record. And they find themselves 45-32 on the year. Here's Dinwiddie driving baseline, kicks it out to Washington, who gets it to Clay. He's open, didn't pull the trigger though, pump faked. Nice pick and roll between him and AD. He can't get the bucket to go, but he'll go to the line for another 2 shots. That may be big on Big Zoo. Whoa, that may be on Big Zoo again. And if that is, that'll be a second foul. No, it's going to be on Chris Dunn. That foul is going to be on Chris Dunn, so Big Zoo will be able to stay in the game. And we have our first time out of the game. 6:58 left here in the first. The Clippers are up 11-8 early on in this Western Conference contest. We'll be back in a second. Okay, here we go. I'm going to refresh this because gotta refresh that. Damn, that's hella. How is that lagging so hard? No way is that lagging that hard, okay? Oh my gosh, that's lagging hella. I hope it catches up. Jeez, that's brutal. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna work on these lineup graphics while we're in the intermission in the commercial breaks. So it's going to be a very boring in between for tonight's game probably. The Clippers, where can the Clippers go up to? I think the Clippers can still get all the way to the 4. Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe even the 3 if something crazy happens. That's probably not going to happen. They're probably looking at the 4 or the 5. They can get as high as the 4 or 5. They're tied for 8th right now. This is seriously, this is the most congested conference standings I can remember, East or West. I mean, this is like insane. The Grizzlies have fallen apart ever since firing Jenkins. I mean, they've totally fallen apart. Ja's freaking pointing guns at everybody all the time now. It's like he's such a dumb. And Denver's kind of been freaking weird right now. The Lakers are kind of just like hovering above water. And then Minnesota and the Clippers are going, and the Warriors are going ape. And they're moving up the standings. Like, it's actually fricked. It's wild. Back here at the Intuit Dome, 11-8, Clippers lead. 6:58 left here in the first quarter. Harden's got 7 of the Clippers' 11 points to start, while AD has 6 of the Mavs' 9. Elsewhere in the league right now, the Heat and the Bucks are in a back-and-forth battle with about 5.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth. The Heat are up by 1. That also has, although they're well separated in the standings, that also has playoff implications as well, as far as Milwaukee falling back in the standings and Miami shooting up in the play-in tournament. AD knocks down that first free throw. Second free throw from Anthony is no good. Rebound, James Harden. And that wall that the Clippers have at the Intuit Dome has really paid dividends here thus far. Here's Kawhi driving. Left-handed floater is good. Nice little finesse from Kawhi with the offhand. And those big paws will help him out, that's for sure. Extends the Clippers lead to 4. They have 10 of their 13 points in the paint. Here's Dinwiddie working outside. Drives with the right hand. It's hit off of Kawhi and out of bounds. But that wall that the Clippers have, what they call the wall, it's just a section of diehard Clippers fans who are going crazy the whole game. Opponents are shooting like 75% from the free throw line going into the wall. Nice move from Dinwiddie. Couldn't get the floater to go, though. Zubac nearly tipped it back into the hoop. He was thankful it didn't go in, and he ended up at the board. Here's Kawhi. Nice crossover move on Washington. Drives into the paint. Bullying PJ. Right-handed hook is good. And Kawhi looking fresh despite playing his first back-to-back all year. Ty Lue said before the game that Kawhi had really been pushing as AD misses a 3 on the other end. Kawhi had really been pushing to play back-to-backs, and he goes into transition and jams it. Harden just lobbed that ball into the front court, and Kawhi was there to catch it, almost as if he was a receiver, and he jammed it home. Kawhi playing great to start. Here's AD. Couldn't get the layup to go. Good contest from Zubac. James Harden will bring it up the floor now. He's got a head of steam. Brings it back with the behind-the-back dribble. Couple crossover moves. Drives to the hoop. And one from Harden. And he headbutts the banister. Harden is pumped. Nice little shimmy shake from James. And the Clippers are up by 10. 19-9, the Clippers lead. Kawhi's got 6 points in the past minute, basically. Here's Harden at the line. 87% free throw shooter this year. One of the elite free throw shooters in the league, I should say. He's been for most of his career. He cans that free throw. Extends the Clippers lead to 11. 5:35 left here in the first. 29 Clippers lead. Here's Dinwiddie driving. Floater. And they call an offensive foul. Looks like it was a legal screen, maybe on Washington. Kai Jones just checked into the game for Anthony Davis. So Kai, the former Clipper, will get his first minutes of the game for Dallas. Washington, Dinwiddie, and Thompson are still in there as Norm Powell cans a 3, and we have a timeout. Jay Kidd, they just came out of the timeout the Clippers did, and they just threw it. It was 11-8, and now it's 23-9 within a minute of game time. Pouring it on here are the Clips as they look to move up the Western Conference standings out of the play-in into the playoffs. Mavs are just holding on for that 9 or 10 seed. We'll be back in just a minute here at the Dome. Okay, I'm going to try and get these flipping graphics up because it just looks better, and I just don't want to be a lazy person. But it's not lazy, it's just like I feel like it's probably more appealing to watch if like there's a graphic there. 5785, as I say, numbers. And if you know me, you know I haven't eaten because I'm an absolute freaking dumbhead. My food is literally in the toaster right now, and it's just sitting in there because I'm an absolute flippin' and I don't know how to. You know what my problem is? I don't know how to just make food. That made no sense. I don't know how to just make, like, easy food. Like, I have to make a meal out of everything. Like, I could just make, like, a regular... Oh, like, for example, in the toaster right now, I have a chicken sandwich. Like, I made myself a pulled chicken sandwich, okay? Made myself a whole thing. I can't just put chicken and sauce and bread and cheese. I can't just do that. I have to have all the fixings in it. I have to have tomato. I have to have lettuce. I have to have avocado. I have to have that. I have to have that. Because I'm so... First of all, because it tastes better. But second of all, because I'm not just finna eat crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much... There's so much better nutritional value when you put the fixins in it. You know what I'm saying? So, but also it pains me because it takes me mad longer to make because I'm carving ish up. You know what I'm saying? And then now I'm sat out here and I'm starving. So it's a vibe. I'm finna be calling this game while I'm doing stats. Adele and back... Okay, broadcaster mode engaged. Back here at the Intuit Dome, Adele and Rich Paul courtside for a big game between the Mavs and the Clippers. Now, initially when I just saw that right now, I'm like, why the heck are Adele and Rich Paul there? Well, it's because Anthony Davis is a Clutch Sports client, of course. The Grizzlies beat the Pistons tonight. So they got off the schneid, ironically, without Ja Morant in the lineup. They beat a surging Pistons team who had Cade Cunningham back in the squad. And then the T-Wolves won tonight as well. P.J. Washington just drive to the hoop. Nice play out the timeout for the Mavs, and he just scored an easy bucket. So give the Mavs 2 there. 5 minutes left here in the first. It's 23-11. Max Christie just checked into the game for Dallas as well. Here's Kawhi backing down Najee Marshall on the right box. Nice little fadeaway from Kawhi. The turnaround J from Kawhi at that midi area is just potent. I mean, he seems to never miss those. The Clippers are on a 14-2 run over these last 2 minutes of game time. Here's Christie, the former Laker, who of course was in that huge AD Luka Doncic trade. Turns it over. Ends up in Norm Powell's hands. He's surging up the left side of the floor. Can barely keep his dribble. Has to hook it over to Chris Dunn, who will look to reset. Now gets it to Norm Powell, who was surging on the baseline. Couldn't get the 3 to go. Rebound Kai Jones. Kai Jones, who is a former Clipper, has been a bit of a problem child, for lack of a better nickname or phrase, but has found great playing time here in Dallas with their injuries and has taken advantage of a lot of it. He's had a lot of good games. We all know Kai Jones is so unbelievably explosive at the rim, a phenomenal athlete. It's just about keeping him on the floor and keeping him engaged mentally. Dinwiddie was just fouled on the other side of the floor. So he'll go to the line for 2. Knocks down that first free throw. Kawhi will check out, get his first breather of the game. In will come Derrick Jones Jr., the former Maverick. A lot of formers on both of these teams, guys who played for each team. Dinwiddie knocks down both. So out there on the floor right now for the Clippers is Harden, Bogdanovich getting his first minutes of game action, Norm Powell, Derrick Jones Jr., and Ivica Zubac. Here's Bogdanovich being manned by Caleb Martin, who just checked into the game. Gets it down low to Zoo. One-on-one with Kai. Quick double by Martin. Gets it to Bogdanovich. Floats it out to Powell. Nice little move for the mid-range jumper on the right elbow. Couldn't get it to go. Offensive board, Derrick Jones Jr. Harden will reset. 10 on the shot clock. Looks to create space on Dinwiddie. Harden drives. Pushes off. Left-handed floater. No good, but Zubac with the putback jam. It was a floater by Harden, but it was so errant that Zoo basically came in for what was essentially an alley-oop. What turned into an alley-oop. It wasn't intentional. And got the stuff. 27-13. LA leads. 3:20 left here in the first period. Here's Dinwiddie. 3 ball. Back iron. No good. Rebound Powell. Powell bringing it up the center of the court. Outlet to Bogdanovich. Jab step on Martin. Trying to create some space. He drives. Mid-range jumper. Step back. Can't get the roll. Zubac nearly gets the board, but it pops out to Martin. It was the volleyball spike from Zoo. Here's Marshall. Gets it to Christie. Step through. Cross-court pass to Dinwiddie. Touch pass to Martin. Corner 3. Got it, and the foul. No, it was an air ball. Man, that thing looked like it went through the hoop. It was so short that hit the net. It was an air ball from Martin, and then the Clippers turn it over on the other end. So out there for the Mavs right now, as we had a couple subs, Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, Kai Jones, Max Christie, and Spencer Dinwiddie. As they're showing a graphic on the TV right now, James Harden and Ivica Zubac have the most assists to field goals made of any duo in the league. So obviously, if it's an assist, then a field goal was made. So that was kind of that graphic was kind of, you know what I mean? God bless them. Here's Marshall, little step through down low. Can't get the floater. Kai Jones with the tap back though. Cuts the Clippers lead to 12. 2:20 left here in the first. Basically what that graphic just said is that Harden and Zubac connect the most of any duo 1-2 in the league. Here's Harden. Great patience in the lane. Couldn't get the layup to go, though. Big Zoo, can he make up for his miss? He can't make the shot, but he gets fouled by AD, and he'll go to the line for 2. Big Zoo is always just unbelievable on the boards, especially the offensive boards. Constantly aggressive down low. Whether he's grabbing the board with 2 hands or he's just tapping that sucker back to a teammate on the three-point line, always active on the boards. He has 54 double-doubles this season, which doubles his previous career high. He knocks down that first free throw. And Zubac wasn't an all-star this year, but he continues to get better and better each and every year, and every facet, just with the eye test and with the numbers. Knocks down that second free throw as well. He goes 2 for 2 at the line to extend the Clippers lead to 14. Closing in on 2 minutes left here in the first. Here's Kai Jones. Gets it to Christie on the left wing. Max, playing technically against his brother here tonight, Cam Christie, who's on the bench for the Clippers. Doesn't get much action, but if it ends up being a blowout again, I'm sure he'll get out at the end of the game. Here's AD. Turnaround jumper at the free throw line. Was guarded by 2 guys, and he banked it in. I don't know if Anthony called that one. He kind of just threw it up over a couple guys, but it ended up working out for him. The Mavs, it's not looking great so far for them. Maybe a little lackluster after getting shellacked last night. Are 5-1 with AD. Zubac floater at the free throw line is good. Not an aggressive enough closeout for AD, and a rare defensive mistake for him there. Zoo took advantage of it. Here's Caleb Martin with a head of steam. Hits off his knee, and Kai Jones comes up with the ball and slams it home. He almost was playing the wrong sport there. We had some football going on out there, some soccer, and ends up on a score for the Mavs. Here's Bogdanovich working off a couple screens. Gets it out to Batum. 3 ball on the left wing. That one's way off. Rebound AD. Less than a minute left here in the first now. Here's Najee Marshall. Hands it off to AD with a head of steam down the middle. Kicks it back out to Marshall, who kicks it back out to AD. Top of the key jumper. Got it. Right in front of the 3-point line did AD. And he cuts the Clippers lead to 10. So the Mavs trying to surge here at the end of the first quarter. Here's Harden, quickly double, gets it to Zoo, who kicks out to Batum, flips it over to Jones on the left wing, on the right wing, floats in the lane, step back jumper, no good, rebound Christie. No time for a 2-for-1 here for Dallas, even if they wanted it. Only 4 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Max Christie handling the ball in the left wing, right around the half-court line. He's being guarded by Harden, dribbling with his left hand. Gets the fake screen from AD. Nice bluff screen from AD. Couldn't get the floater to go on the roll, though. 5 seconds left. Harden comes up the floor with a head of steam. He has time to get a shot off. Left-handed layup at the buzzer. Got it! And James Harden went coast to coast with 5 seconds left and scored to give the Clippers that momentum going into the second period. The Mavs were clawing back there at the end of the quarter, and Harden took it all away from him with a buzzer beater going end to end the first. Clippers have a comfortable lead after 1. They whooped the Mavs last night. Let's see if they can do it again tonight. Dallas trying to stay in that play-in spot. 33-21, Clippers lead after 1 here at the Dome. We'll be back in a minute. See, now this is probably a time where I should go get my food, but why? The commercial's only 2 minutes. I mean, the quarter's only like a 2-minute break, so I would, you know what I mean? I'm just going to end up eating hella late, which is life. This is basically my life at this point. I swear every single time I come on one of these games, oh, I hate when I do that. I hate when I do that. Come back here. Come back here, Bubba. Come on. Oh my gosh, I freaking hate it. I always do this. How do I do that though? I know you can. Move. Isn't there a way I can move it? Oh, it's up here? Is it here? Move tab to another window? There you go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, computer. I'm so gosh darn illiterate. I cannot believe I even know how to work this stuff. Dang, Memphis won without Jaw. I think, is that their... No, they beat Miami with that buzzer beater. So that's their second win under the new coach. 3-2, 2-2. Jaw is... God bless Jaw. This guy, I really... The problem is that anybody who actually grew up... This is from personal experience now, okay? The reason why people like me... I want to like Jaw. If you can hear that gosh darn wind, I'm so sorry. I swear I just saw somebody I know in a commercial right now. Wait. Okay, I'll get back to Jaw in a minute. I'm on Basketball Reference right now, and I swear I just saw somebody I know from, like, high school. I have no brain. I don't know how to freaking work. It was either middle school or high school. I'm so retarded. It was high school. In a freaking commercial for shampoo. Professional broadcaster mode engaged. Back here at the Intuit Dome, Clippers lead 33-21. We're starting off the second. Bogdanovich passes out to Derrick Jones Jr. Top of the key three for DJJ. Couldn't get that one to go. Rebound AD. A rare top of the key three for Derrick Jones Jr. He's usually camping in the corner. Here's Martin driving. Gets stripped by Bogdanovich. Great defensive play by Bogey. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the ball. Kawhi is apparently playing with a minutes restriction tonight. I'm sure that's just something Ty Lue said. If this game ends up being close, the Clippers need this game. If they need Kawhi to play at the end of the game, Kawhi will play. I mean, this is playoff time now. Klay Thompson catch and shoot three. Couldn't get that one to go. Rebound Batum. Quick outlet to Ben Simmons. Coming up the floor with a head of steam. Ben Simmons is right next to the hoop, and of course he kicks it out to DJJ. Can't get the three to go. Ben Simmons was 2 feet away from the hoop, and instead of putting up a layup, he was head of steam in transition. And instead of just dunking on somebody's head, he passed it out to Derrick Jones Jr. for a three. That's Ben Simmons for you. Here's Klay in the opposite corner for a three. He cans that one. So Klay's first points of the game. He's now on the board. He had to leave early last night with an illness. Back in the starting lineup again tonight, though. Here's Simmons, top of the key. Hand off to Bogdanovich. Terrible spacing there on the left side. Bogey had to wait for Kawhi to clear out. Here's Bogey driving. Little step back. Mid-range jumper from Bogdanovich is good. Bogdanovich had a great game off the bench last night for the Clippers. 12 off the bench, was a plus 25 in the box score last night. Here's Klay, top of the key. Floats it down low to Lively, who's now checked back into the game. Lively, a couple post moves. Left hook, air ball. Rebound Bogey. Bogdanovich, head of steam, coming up the middle. Floats it up to Derrick Jones Jr. for the alley-oop jam. And you don't see Derrick fly much anymore. He's usually camped out in those corners for threes, but when he gets up, man, does he get up. He's so acrobatic and athletic. 37-24. AD, three ball on the other end. No good. Anthony, not shy with the threes tonight. Lively nearly comes up with the offensive board, but he's stripped by Batum. Ben Simmons tried to cross-court pass it to Derrick Jones Jr. It's intercepted, and AD will jam it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for Anthony Davis. Cuts the Mavs, or the Clippers lead, I should say, to 11. Here's Derrick Jones Jr. Hands it off to Bogdanovich. Gets the screen from Simmons. Now switch on to Lively. Gets it to Kawhi. Kawhi making moves on Martin. Backing him down. Post moves from Kawhi are beautiful, and he scores. Kawhi's got 10. He's already into double figures. Here's Klay. Three ball in the corner that he just made it in. And he makes another one. So Klay, back-to-back three balls in the exact same spot. 10-point lead for the Clips now. 3 minutes down here in the second. Here's Ben Simmons. Always handling the ball. Gets it to Kawhi on the right wing. 3-ball. Cans it. 13 for Kawhi. Kawhi, who's been unbelievable the past couple weeks. It's just been vintage Kawhi for the first time in a while, it feels like, in a Clippers uniform, and it comes at the perfect time. AD just tried to lob it to Lively. It ended up in Martin's hands, who shoots a 3. No good. Rebound being battled for. Derrick Jones Jr. comes up with it, but it ends up in Clay's hands. It looks like you have a foul off the ball, and it's going to be on Derrick Lively. When they went to go dive for the ball there, and Derrick Jones Jr. is a little hobbled right now. He's feeling a little sorry on the floor right now. He's up and at him, though. He seems to be okay. Got his legs, did Derrick Jones Jr., taken out by Derrick Lively when he went to dive for the ball, and the officials ended up calling a foul on that. A little gimpy is DJJ running up the floor right now. We'll see if he can get his feet back under him. Clippers lead by 13. Here's Kawhi going again to the rack. Floater with the right hand. Front iron, no good. Rebound Lively. Klay Thompson brings the ball up the left side of the floor. He's dribbling up the left hand all the way. Left-handed scoop layup is good. Nice bit of explosiveness from Klay, bringing it up the floor. And Ty Lue will call a timeout. Klay hot here to start the second. He's got 8 points in the first 4 minutes or so. And Derrick Jones Jr. will go back to the locker room. Not good if you're a Clippers fan right now. Although they lead, it's 42-31 here. 8:06 left here in the second. Dang, that freaking Google. The scoreboard on Google is so behind right now. What's the deal with that? It's usually not that bad. That's brutal. Okay, we're gonna try and finish up these lineups. I'm gonna try and do it hella quick. You ready? I'm gonna do it so quick. I'm not gonna talk. I'm definitely gonna talk. Okay, so back to what I was saying about Ja. He's just anybody who actually. I want to like Ja. Of course I do. He's unbelievably entertaining. I want to like Ja Morant. But this guy is such. I don't even want to say the words I want to say. But the fact that this guy grew up in a gated community. This is just some real life ish. You know what I mean? Just about the person. As a hooper, he's unbelievable. Just about the person, okay? The fact that this guy grew up in a gated community, right? And he's out here pretending like he's gangbanging when this is like only a I don't even know how to say it without getting mad. But it really angers me that this guy is putting on like he reps a set or something. And this guy, he grew up private school gated community rich. Like, that just pisses me off. And I don't know if any, like, real OGs have, like, called him out on it yet. But, like, the fact that he puts on that he's, like, this, you know, raised in the slums, da-da-da, it annoys the absolute heck out of me as a guy who actually, like, as a human being who actually had to grow up in that environment. When you see, like, for lack of a better word, like a poser, he's basically false claiming. Like he's, I don't know if Jaws ever claimed a set or anything. I don't know. I knew he's a Carolina kid, right? I don't know exactly what the situation is there. I mean, people gangbang everywhere though, but I just can't. I can't stand that. Back here at the Intuit Dome, exactly 8 minutes left here in the second. Bogdanovich being manned by Martin. Gets it down low to Simmons, who's a one-on-one with Kai Jones at the top of the free throw line. Hands it off to Bogey. Bogey now to Kawhi on the right wing. Kawhi has very limited clock. 5 seconds left. Makes his move on Klay. A fake spin move. He walks into a double team. Kawhi has to float it out into the hands of Martin. An errant pass. He had no choice. And Caleb Martin comes up with the steal. He drives now. Floats with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Tap in by himself is good. Cuts the Clippers lead to 9 now. Caleb Martin really feeling himself, trying to get his teammates into this ball game. Here's Norm Powell on the left wing. Gets it over to Kawhi. Quick handoff back to Powell. Powell driving on PJ. Powell drives. He's stripped. It looks like it'll be out of bounds on the Mavs. And it will be. Norm Powell, or Batum, should I say, will take it out right next to the Clippers bench. Kawhi his past 11 games is shooting. His numbers are great, but the one that is unbelievable, 49% from three is Kawhi. Norm Powell stripped again. This time they call a foul on Kai Jones, and Norm will go to the line for two. Oh no, they're calling the foul on the floor. Now the officials are coming to discuss, and now they're finally calling it for two. That was Norm Powell was about to go absolutely insane that they weren't going to call that foul on the shot. But the officials came together, made the right call, and Norm's now at the line. The first one from Powell is back iron, no good. So as we said earlier, the Mavs are stuck in the play-in scenario. They cannot make their way into any playoff type at this point. Right now, though, they're just fighting for home court in that 9-10 game. They're only half a game above Sacramento and 2.5 games above Phoenix. So Phoenix is still in this. They're only 2 games back of Sacramento, although they just look absolutely out of sorts. Norm Powell missed both free throws. Very rare for Norm Powell to miss both shots at the charity stripe. Let's see if the Mavs can take advantage of it on the other end. Here's Dinwiddie. Gets it to Clay. That same corner he's been knocking him down in. This time he airballs it. A little too difficult of a shot for Clay. It was a bit of a heat check maybe. Here's Harden on the right wing. Gets the screen from Leonard. Washington now switches on to him. James will look to shake and bake. He drives. Floats it. Outside to Kawhi. 3-ball in the corner. Can't get the rattle. That one went around the rim a couple times. It just wouldn't find its home. Here's Dinwiddie on the left wing now. Gets it to Clay on a curl. Clay. Down low to Kai Jones. Intercepted by Kawhi. Big hands from Kawhi. Really got the steal there. Transition 3. Got it. Timeout Dallas. And Kawhi's really on one in this second quarter. He's up to 16 now. 7 of 12 from the floor. He's knocked down a couple threes. Harden with 12 and 5 of his own. They're making up for the struggles of Norm Powell right now, and they lead this game by 12. Nearly halfway through the second. 6:30 exactly to go here in the first half. Clippers lead by 12 here at the Intuit Dome. I'm almost done with the Clippers graphic. I'm almost done. It really is so silly because it's not going to be done till halftime. But it's like, it's good. I need to do it anyway. If I'm a professional, I need to do it. I can't just sit here with a blank screen the whole game. 12-5, 2-6. Okay, it's the same thing. 61-9. There we go. Download. I'm sorry if anybody who's listening to this hears the wind, because it's flipping windy. It's just been windy recently. It was so. I mean, I don't mean to get like. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But it was so flipping beautiful here today. It was like 78, 77 degrees, with a nice breeze. I mean, it was like summer right now. It was like summer today in Long Beach, California. Unbelievable. Okay, home lineup. Browse. Give me that. Bang. Oh, graphic. Hit that graphic, yeah? Give me that graphic. Okay, I'm going to work on the gosh darn Mavs one now. But yeah, that Josh just pisses me off, real cut. Like, it's just... I can't respect that. I can't respect you as an individual when you're he's basically false claiming with how he acts. It's just not it. It's not it, straight up. And I don't know when it's ever going to check. I don't know who he's hanging around to make him feel like he's on, but like it looks dumb. He looks stupid. He straight up looks stupid. Like, if he were from around here, let's say, let me break down the geography of Long Beach just for a second. If he were from here, right, and let's say he grew up in, like, Bixby Knolls, or, like, Bixby Hills or something, right? Or, like, I don't know, like, just some place around here. If he grew up there and said he was from 20s or something, if he grew up in Signal Hill, like, hella rich area, but then was repping 20s, it's like, that's the fakest ish of all time. Back here at the Intuit Dome, P.J. Washington comes out of the timeout, and the second time the Mavs have come out of the timeout, they've drawn up a play for P.J., and he scored right at the rack. So maybe they just need to run more of those sets for P.J. It's now a 10-point game. Here's Kawhi on the right elbow, looking to do work on P.J. Nice crossover move. Got P.J. reaching. Kawhi taunt and got the roll. Great move from Leonard. And he's really, I mean, this does not... Kawhi looks healthy as an ox right now. He's got 18 points. He's 8 of 13 from the floor. We're only halfway through this second quarter. Here's Dinwiddie trying to size up Simmons. Fakes the step back. Now drives. Kai Jones put back jam. Big stuff from Kai, and he's stoked on it. They're calling an and 1, too. Looks like Norm Powell popped Kai in the face as he went up for the jam. And he flexed on him. He'll go to the line to try and convert this three-point play. Kai's averaging around 21 minutes for this Mavs team. He's putting up great numbers, 11 and 6. Can't make that free throw, though. James Harden comes up with the board. So the Clippers' lead will remain at 10. Here's Bogdanović. Right side, moves over to the top of the key. Pick and roll with Zoo. Intercepted, but Kawhi comes up with the ball. Kawhi always finds himself making plays, gets it down low to Big Zoo. Left hook is good. What looked like a blown-up play for the Clippers. Kawhi came in and saved and ended up with a left-handed hook for Zubac. 49-37. Nice pick and roll between Dinwiddie and Kai Jones again, and the explosiveness of Jones gets into the rack for the score. 5 minutes left here in the second. Kawhi now works on the right side, waiting for all of his guys to get back into the front court. He goes one-on-one with Washington. PJ fell asleep there. Kawhi drove, and he got stripped. Caleb Martin now coming back with a head of steam on the right side. Floats with the right hand, and it's good. Now only an 8-point game. James Harden, a quick outlet to Zubac, who had numbers but decides to kick it out to Kawhi instead. He'll go one-on-one with Jones. A lot of drill moves for Kawhi that got him nowhere. He looks over at the officials, just begging for a foul call. Doesn't get it, though. Here's Harden. He'll go one-on-one with Najee Marshall now, and he'll get fouled driving to the hoop. So whatever foul Kawhi thinks he got, Harden will try and make up for the loss at the line. Three of the Clippers starters now in double figures. Kawhi with 18, Harden with 12, and Big Zoo with 12 as well. He's already on track for a double-double, even in just this first half. He has 12 and 7. Harden's first free throw is good. And Kawhi will check out now. Chris Dunn will come in for him. Max Christie will check in for Caleb Martin. And Derek Jones Jr. is back on the bench, so he went back into the locker room to get evaluated. He got cleared, obviously. He remains in uniform, so we'll see if DJJ checks back into this game anytime soon. Of course, going up against his former team. AD also just checked in. Looks like for Kai Jones. Harden knocks down both free throws. Brings that Clippers lead back up to 10. 51-41. 4:20. Nice. Left here in this second quarter. In this first half. Here's AD manning the point. Jay Kidd did say before this game that they may be running a lot of sets through AD, bring the ball up the floor, and AD makes it look easy. He was trying to run the offense, and the Clippers just laid off on him right at the left elbow, and he just shot an easy jumper for a score. 51-43. Harden tried to draw the contact, couldn't get it to go, puts it back up, and he draws the contact there. So this is what just happened right there. So quick, I was barely even able to say anything on it in live action. Harden came up in transition, shot up a three because he felt contact from Marshall, missed it. They didn't call the foul on Marshall. Harden followed his own board like Flight Reacts, went up into the air to try and get the putback layup, and AD fouled him going to the rack. So Harden will go to the line for two. Wanted to go to the line for three, but he'll settle for two. and the Clippers are in the bonus. So they'll have free throws the rest of this half. Another free throw is good from James. Still remains one of the best in the league at navigating through the paint and drawing contact and getting to the line. Harden's second free throw rattles in and out. A rare miss from James at the line. And PJ comes up with the board. Here's Najee. Kicks it out to Washington. 3-ball in the corner. No good. That ball goes out of bounds off of Zubac and it'll remain Mavericks ball. It was tapped around a couple times. Big Zoo with his fingertips on it last. PJ hasn't gotten many shots up here in this first half. Only has four field goal attempts. Here's Christie in the corner. Now moves out to the right wing. Gets it down low to AD, who has a big mismatch on Harden. Quick double team from Dunn. AD kicks it out to PJ, who airballs the 3, but AD came up with the offensive board, and they called a foul on Zubac when he went up for the putback. That was another one of those instances, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ty Lue challenges this. He's looking over at his bench. What frustrates everybody, and Zoo may have gotten a little contact on AD, but what frustrates players more than anything, and probably what frustrates Zoo there more than anything, is the fact that the official blatantly, and there is no questioning this, the official blatantly waited to see if AD would make that putback shot before calling the foul. Here he is at the line, and he misses the first free throw. Maybe a little bit of ball don't lie there. AD has missed a couple free throws here early on up against that wall that the Clippers have at the Intuit Dome. All the people in the wall right now are holding up boomsticks with unicorn heads on them. The second free throw from AD is good. 3:34 left here in the second. Clippers are up 52-44. Here's Norm Powell working around the outside. Drives now. Mid-range jumper on the pullback. Got it. Nice move from Norm Powell. Great composure in the lane. Puts the Clips back up by double digits. Dinwiddie, top of the key, takes the screen from AD. AD doubles back for another one. Dinwiddie now pops it out to Washington. He drives. Couple pivot moves. Throws it up with the right hand. Won't get it to go, but he'll get the foul on Bogey. And PJ Washington will step to the line to shoot 2. So a lot of fouls down the stretch here in the second. PJ, of course, one of the key cogs in that Mavericks championship run last year. Gets the first free throw to rattle home. That's when everybody, how things change so quickly. That's when Nico Harrison was being praised for his work as a general manager, getting PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford at the trade deadline last year, and those two ended up being huge pieces for that Mavs team down the stretch that led them to a finals run in a Western Conference championship. Washington, that second one rattles in and out, and the wall continues to work for the Clippers. Nowadays, of course, Nico Harrison is being threatened every time he steps into the Dallas Mavericks arena for trading Luka Doncic. Norm Powell drove to the hoop, couldn't get the left-handed layup to go. Najee Marshall comes up with a board. Gets it to Dinwiddie on the left wing. They're now in the front court, waiting for AD to come back. He's finally there. Sets the screen. Dinwiddie and AD 1-2 game. Dinwiddie picks up his dribble too early, has to pop it back out to Christie. Christie, he's in no man's land in the paint, throws it out to Marshall. He only has 5 seconds to work with. He's going to have to put up a shot. Najee drives. He's nearly stripped by Harden. AD shoots it. Can't get it to go. And that's a shot clock violation. Man, there looked like it was about 3 or 4 fouls on that play, and the officials didn't call a single one of them. It ends up in a turnover for Dallas. Jason Kidd stares on. Not a happy face for J. Kidd right now. Although the Mavs have done well with AD in the lineup. They're 5-1 when AD has played. It just hasn't been good when he sat. Here's Harden driving. Blocked by PJ Washington in the lane. Went up for one of those left-handed floaters and he got slapped. Here's Washington driving. Kicks out to Najee. Alley-oop to AD. Right-handed hook, no good. AD, instead of going up for the jam, as Big Zoo can't save it or remain Mavs ball, instead of going up for the jam on the lob attempt from Marshall, AD came back down with it and missed the easy right-handed jump hook. Just saw a final on the screen right now. The Bucks beat the Heat in overtime, so that's a huge win for Milwaukee. Here's Dinwiddie, inbounds it to AD, and we're now under 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. AD going one-on-one with Harden, backing him down at the left elbow. Step through by Anthony, right-handed floater, no good. PJ Washington pins it up against the glass and creates an offensive rebound. Great awareness from Washington. AD now with the ball on that same left elbow. He has 6 seconds to work with. He's facing up on Zoo, between the legs, step-back jumper, well short. Rebound again by Washington. Gets it out to Dinwiddie. Pops over to Christie. 3-ball. Got it. Max's first shot of the game is good. And the Mavs are really in this game now. It's now 6. That's the shortest lead of the game for the Clippers in a while. I think Harden thought they were going to call a timeout. He went to the sideline. He now comes back into play. Harden has the ball, top of the key. Gets over to Dunn. 3-ball. Got it. So Chris Dunn, who is not by any means a prolific three-point shooter, matches Christie's 3, puts the Clippers lead back up to 9. Dinwiddie trying to thread the needle, gets it down low to Marshall, and he's fouled at the rim. So Najee will go to the line for 2. He still hasn't scored here. Najee, whenever AD's been out, has just been prolific. And it seems like whenever AD's in the lineup, Najee just he steps back. Exactly 1 minute left here in this first half. In these last 16 games, Najee's averaging 20 points even a game. Gets that first one to rattle home. And the T-Wolves narrowly defeated the Sixers tonight, 114-109. So the T-Wolves look to creep their way back up in those Western Conference standings out of that play-in situation. Second free throw from Marshall is good as well. 57-50. Exactly a minute left here in the second. Chris Dunn will bring the ball up the floor. Here he is on the left wing. Norm Powell is on the floor in pain, and the officials didn't call any foul. He's just laying on the floor. I think Ty Lue's going to call a timeout. Oh, and Norm is in a lot of pain right now. That left leg of Norm Powell is extended, and he is in a lot of pain. Oh, he is grimacing really hard right now. We're going to look and see exactly what happened here. And Norm Powell was Charlie horsed, seemingly, by Max Christie trying to fight over the Big Zoo screen. And you just hope that it's more discomfort than anything right now for Norm Powell. You never want to get Charlie horse, especially in the middle of an NBA game. I mean, Max Christie's knee went straight into the hamstring calf area of Norm Powell's left leg, and now he's just trying to walk it off. I believe the Clippers had to blow a timeout there. Yes, they did. And now Norm Powell is not in so much pain. He is now complaining to the officials. And the first official complaint of the game by a Clippers player is brought to you by KPT Personal Training. Support local. Check him out at kpt.net. I don't know if that's his website or not, but just look up KPT on Facebook or something. That's not sponsored, but it's kind of sponsored. So Norm Powell will go to the bench, it looks like, as we get everything back together. The rest of the... Excuse me. Wow. That's real professional broadcaster me, isn't it? I couldn't even hold that in. That just took over my whole life as if it was a sneeze. New York beat the Hawks earlier tonight, so that guaranteed Milwaukee a spot in the official playoffs. And then Memphis beat Detroit tonight. So Memphis, because they technically have a game in hand right now with both Los Angeles and Dallas playing, now float back up into the 5 spot. Here's Harden back in action. Left-handed floater is good. Harden slow to get up. Now finally gets back. The Mavs recognized it late that they had numbers. Washington comes up with a right-handed floater of his own and scores. It was a 5-on-4 for Dallas, and they took advantage of it. The Clippers have an opportunity to go 2 for 1 here if they so please. Here's Harden driving. Another left-handed floater in the exact same spot. Created space and scored. Now the Mavs, if they want to be quick, can have a 2 for 1 if they want. They decide to lay low, though. And that opportunity has passed. 6 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Here's Dinwiddie working. Dinwiddie carried 100% there, but they don't call carries in the league anymore. Here's Dinwiddie driving. Right-handed floater, no good. Lively comes up with the offensive board, though, and the Mavs will now officially get the last shot of the quarter. Dinwiddie's being pressed by Dunn down low. Here's Spencer, one-on-one. He's going to have to get a shot off now. I don't think he realizes how much time is left. He couldn't even get a shot off. He was working on the post on Dunn for nearly 10 seconds. Nobody came to help him. Nobody came to defend on the Clippers' end. And Dinwiddie just had a lack of awareness for how much time was left on the clock and didn't even get a shot off to end the period. Tough way to go to the locker room for the Mavs. The Clippers have had a stronghold on this game this whole first half. It's not a shellacking at this point as it was yesterday. The Mavs are still in this game, but the Clippers have a hold on things. They're up 61-52. We head to the half here at the Intuit Dome. Clippers up by 9, behind 19, 6-6 from Harden, and nearly 20 from Kawhi. Both superstars looking good for the Clips as they try and move up these Western Conference standings. Okay, I'm going to try and finish this graphic. And then I'm going to go and get my food that has just been sitting in the toaster for an hour. You think that's going to taste good? I put so much effort into it, too. I'm such an absolute re. I'm such a moron. I don't really believe that. Like, I know I'm not a moron, but I just say it because I'm secure in myself. Dang, Dinwiddie's shooting terrible from 3 this year, huh? The frick. 42-6, 33-8. Clay is the only Clay in the history of the league. Clay. Clay at least. 14-2, 3-5. 2-2. 3-5. 2-1. I have a salad in the fridge too. Like, should I have the salad first? I never do that though. I always have the salad last, so I'm not going to change it now because I would probably have a panic attack if I tried to have a salad right now before the main course. That's how many calories I need. That's how like deficient I am in freaking calories. Like that's how many calories I burn a day. That the salad, and it's full. Like it is a full salad. It is a hunkin' salad. Okay, there is no. This salad is unbelievable. Okay. That's the side dish. That's the side dish is this freaking salad. That would usually be people's whole meal. But I need so many freaking calories because I burned them all that it's my side piece. Okay, 14-7. The wind is kind of dying down a little bit, thankfully. Hopefully I didn't just jinx that. There's no such thing as jinxing, though. Either God's going to make it wind or not. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Vince Staples for giving me the music on my run today. It was just a spontaneous run. You know you live a great life when you just go on a spontaneous run? Spontaneous 4.5 mile run right next to the water today. Playing Ramona Park broke my heart. So shout out to Vince for just being that dude. You know what? You know what I mean? Shout out to the homie. That's what's so awesome about, because Vince is like 10 years older than me, 8 years older than me. That was what was so awesome about growing up in Long Beach. I can't even imagine what it was like for people growing up in Long Beach in the 90s. Like when Snoop was coming out, and Warren G and Nate and, you know, the Twin, everybody, when everybody was coming out of Long Beach. But for me, that was Vince. I remember being a kid, and like, there was this guy, Vince Staples, who was like hanging out with Odd Future and Mac Miller. It's like, what the frick? This guy's from Long Beach. Like, we know who this guy is. And of course, without saying too much information, Vince was very notorious in other ways as well that got around the city. Um, um, but we won't say that though. It wasn't Vince Staples doing it. It was his alias that was doing it. But yeah, that was dope. That was hella dope when we were growing up, and Vince was coming up with Mac and like Shane Cold Chain. That's the freaking. I don't even. He put it on his project. It's as if it's a secret that his nickname was Cold Chain. But yeah, like that was dope. Growing up as a kid and just like having a guy coming out of your city like that. Even though of course we had Snoop and we had everybody, you know what I mean? But the feeling of new guy coming out, you know? It's just like it's a different feeling. And it's just it's an awesome feeling. It's an absolutely dope feeling. And especially because it was with Mac too. Like the fact that because everybody my generation, you know, kids born in the late 90s, early 2000s, like Mac Miller's like, he's just the voice of their childhood almost. At least for me. And I think I think a lot of people of my generation, late 90s, early 2000s kids, it's like Mac is just, like Kids is just, you just played it. Like Kids was just on all the time, everywhere. Like especially behind your parents' back. So the fact that he came up and then Stolen Youth came out, and Stolen Youth is still one of the best freaking tapes. I mean, that tape is just unbelievable. These Clippers fans at halftime are raunchy as hell, okay? Okay, here we go. We're almost there. We're almost there with this graph. Look at this graph. At least it's a Saturday. Like tomorrow I'm just going to wake up and I like don't have anything to do at least. So at least I can eat late tonight and not feel like crap. Or I could feel less crap. I probably still feel like crap, but that's only emotional. That's all mental. You know what I mean? It's like it's like just whatever. It's like just whatever. I did it. I did it. See if everything is still running smooth. Good stuff. Okay, get you. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna go and try and eat food. I'm definitely not gonna be able to eat any of it, but I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm back, and they're already almost back from halftime, so that's an absolute disaster. Still shooting around, though. I'm going to try and get at least one bite in. There's a mukbang. I got 2 bites in, guys. Second half underway here at the Intuit Dome. 61-52 Clippers lead. Both starting units, of course, back out there for both ball clubs. Here's Harden working on the left wing. Floats it down low to Zubac. Zubac one-on-one with Lively. Backs him down. Reverse layup is good. No foul, man. Zoo was really waiting for that foul call, and he didn't get it to start the half, but he did get the roll on the basket, so he extends the Clippers lead to 11. That lead for the Clippers has been it's been hovering around that 8-11 mark for the majority of this game, and the Mavs just have not been able to break through all the way. Here's AD trying to squeeze baseline and couldn't get any room, turns it over. Powell coming back with a head of steam. Right-handed layup is good. 2 quick buckets down low for the Clippers coming out of the half. And they now extend their lead to 13. Here's Dinwiddie trying to cut it to 10 from 3. He airballed it. And Dinwiddie, who has not had a great year from 3, keeps up with that sad trend here. And if the Clippers, can score again here, Jake Hidd may end up calling a timeout. Here's Harden driving. Euro step. Lob down low to Zeus. Scores. 67-52. The Mavs have to score here. Here's Dinwiddie. Gets the screen from AD. AD rolls. AD right-handed floater. Got it in the foul. Stops the bleeding, at least for a moment. Anthony Davis will go to the line, and they're now away from the wall here at the Intuit Dome, so we'll see if Anthony's fortune at the free throw line can change. Not face into the Clipper crazies. Knocks down that free throw, flushed it. Brings the Mavs deficit down to 12. Anthony's had a great game thus far. He's got 19 points and 7 boards. Mavs just have had trouble stopping this Clippers offense. Here's a nice pick and roll between Zubac and Harden, and another point. Another assist to field goal situation for that duo. Big Zoo just makes it look easy down low. 69, nice. 55. LA leads. Here's Dinwiddie. Gets it down low to AD, who's one-on-one with Dunn. Quick double team from Kawhi, and he's stripped. Here's Kawhi and Harden on a 2-on-1. Nice layoff from Harden to Kawhi. He missed the dunk. AD comes up with the board. Kawhi pleading for a foul. Dinwiddie now with the head of steam. To Clay. Corner, 3. Got it. And that was an errant missed jam from Kawhi. He must have gotten fouled, because otherwise, why on earth would he have missed that jam? Here's Kawhi. 3 ball to make up for it. Rattles in and out. Rebound Lively. 2.5 minutes down here in this third. Here's Dinwiddie bringing it up the floor. 1-on-1 with Harden. Gets it to AD, who's backing down Chris Dunn once again. Last time this happened, Kawhi stripped him. AD recognizes it early, though. Spin move. Right-handed floater. Good. AD knew that they were going to come with a double. Made the move before they could even move. Made the move before they can move. Yes, that's it. And ended up scoring. Harden, another floater in the lane. No good. Rebound Washington. 69-60. Here's Dinwiddie in transition. 3 ball on the left wing. Back iron, no good. Offensive board, Lively. Gets it to Washington down low. Left-handed layup, no good. Offensive board, no. Kawhi ends up coming with it. That ball was floating all over the place. Quick outlet to James on the left wing. Harden now moving towards the top of the key. Working around the half-court line. Drives. Floater with the left. Got it in the foul. He was tripped. Going between 2 guys. Had the awareness to throw the ball up, and he got it to go. And Harden will go to the line to try and convert a 3-point play. And we're seeing a replay now of that Kawhi dunk, and Lively clearly pushes Kawhi in midair. That's almost a dangerous play. If the officials would have recognized that, that may have been reviewed for a flagrant possibly. Lively putting his hands on Kawhi in midair, pushing him towards the basket on his right hip. So no wonder Kawhi missed the dunk, and thankfully Kawhi's okay. Harden converts the 3-point play at the line, brings this Clippers lead back up to 12. Najee Marshall just checked into the game for Spencer Dinwiddie. And Marshall's fouled at the half-court line, by Chris Dunn. And Clay will take it out at half court. Here he goes, inbounds it to Marshall at the top of the key. Sets the screen from AD. They now get the switch. What AD is like taking advantage of, that switch onto Chris Dunn. Here he goes, facing up on him. Drives to the left. Floats with the right. Can't get the bank shot to go. Rebound Kawhi. The Claw brings the ball up the floor. Couple dribble moves for Kawhi. Couldn't create enough space, though, as to pass it over to Harden. Nice skip pass down low to Zubac. And while he was trying to seal, Lively found him. Caleb Martin's just checked into the game now for Derek Lively. They're playing Lively like he's on a minutes limit. We'll find out by the end of the game, obviously. Here's Norm Powell. 3 ball blocked. Great defensive play by Washington. Here's Washington on the other end. Floats in the air. Right-handed layup. No good, but he's fouled by Harden. Great defense to offense there from Washington. He'll try and convert here at the line now. He's had a couple nice plays defensively tonight, has PJ. And that one, PJ was the off-ball defender. Noticed that Norm wasn't being closed out by anybody. He came off the left side of Norm and just swatted that ball out of Norm's hands before he'd get the full shot off. The first free throw from Washington is good. And as we said, the Mavs are 5-1 with AD plays, but without him, 7-16. Of course, Anthony is playing tonight, and he's playing well. He's got 21-8 thus far. Second free throw from Washington is good. Clipper lead back down to 10. Around 8 minutes left to go in this third period. Chris Dunn will bring the ball up the floor. Quickly gets it to Harden on the right wing. He'll take a couple screens. Dunn falls on the floor. We keep playing, though. Here's Harden now one-on-one with AD at the top of the key. AD shaking that left wrist. Finds Zubac down low, who was sealing. Who gets the left-handed layup and the foul. Big Zoo, great work down low. Harden and Zubac connecting once again. And Zoo's up to 20. Kawhi with 18. Zubac with 20. Harden's got 22, 10, and 6. Triple-double watch officially on for James Harden. The free throw from Zoo is good. Lucky number 13 is the lead for the Clippers. Not so lucky for Dallas right now. Here's AD at the top of the key. Hands it off to Washington. Drives with the left hand. Down low. Floats. Gets out to Clay. Quick catch and shoot 3. Flushes it home. And Clay's looked great from outside. He's now 4 of 7 for 14 points. Quick pass down low by Harden to the cutting Kawhi, and he got it to go. Great off-ball movement from the Clippers here these past couple possessions. Here's AD now, top of the key, one-on-one with Zubac. Tried to hand it off to Clay, and the claw comes up with it. Transition jam for Kawhi. He won't miss this one. And J-Kidd has to call a timeout. Whenever the Mavs seem to be getting back into this, the Clippers answer with a couple and some. Great defensive play by Kawhi leads to the easy transition jam. 7:10 left here in the third. The Clippers lead by 14 at 79-65 here in Inglewood. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to eat. I haven't checked my phone in like 4 hours. Oh, the wind's starting to kick up again. Thankfully tonight, I am showered and I'm a little warmer. But it's still cold out here with the wind. My toes are going numb. I do it to myself though. You know what I mean? You guys don't need to feel bad. No one needs to feel bad. I'm just a freaking dunce. Back here in Inglewood, Clippers lead 79-65 with 6:50 around left here in this third. Najee Marshall brings the ball up the floor into the front court. Quickly hands it off to Martin, who's being pressed by Chris Dunn. I mean, Dunn not giving Martin any breathing room. Martin drives, hands it off to Davis, who gets stripped by Dunn. Puts it back up, though, and he gets fouled. AD will go to line, and AD is grabbing that abductor area. AD is on the floor in discomfort. He's quickly asking his teammates to lift him up so he can walk this off. But that same area that AD injured his first game here in Dallas, he was just grabbing on the floor after Zubac extended that left hand into that abductor region. And obviously, it's still a very sensitive area for Anthony. He's at the line now, though. First free throw is good from AD. Still fiddling with that area right now, just trying to shake it off. And if the Mavs have any chance of getting out of any play-in scenario into a playoff, as in they have to play in the play-in, as we talked about earlier, AD's second free throw is good as well. The Mavs are stuck in the play-in. They're either going to be in the play-in or they're not going to be in anything. They're going to be sitting at home. But if the Mavs want to have any chance of winning that play-in game and moving on to the other play-in game and into the postseason eventually, these kinds of things, they have to have AD on the floor. So here's Norm Powell driving. Nice free throw line jumper from Norm is good. Great finesse in the lane. Very elusive was Norm on that possession. Created space and got an easy free throw line J. 81-67. Dallas down by 14. Caleb Martin comes back on the other end and has a wide open elbow jumper for 2, and he canned it. Caleb Martin, of course, was such a key part of that Miami Heat team a couple years ago that made it to the finals against the Nuggets. He signed a big contract with the Sixers and ended up getting traded to Dallas. Here's Kawhi, gets it to Harden. Harden's going to have to get a shot off with the shot clock winding down. Harden didn't realize it. Passed it to Chris Dunn in the corner instead. And before Chris could even get his hands on it, the buzzer has sounded. A rare miscue for Harden tonight. He's been exceptional. He's 8 of 14 from the floor. He's got 22 points, 12 assists, and 6 boards. Bringing it up the floor now is Martin. Gets over to Washington. Right back to Caleb. Caleb going one-on-one with Harden. Takes the screen from Kai Jones. Floater in the lane. No good. Rebound Zubac, but popped out to Martin's hands. He has a corner 3 now. No good. Back iron. Rebound Kawhi. Outlet to Harden. Harden crosses the timeline. Setting up the offense here. Pick and roll with Zoo. Harden waiting for his man. Skip pass. Zoo comes up with it, nearly intercepted. Pops it back out to Kawhi. Top of the key 3. Got it. Kawhi has now broken that barrier. 3 of the Clippers starters, 20-plus points. 25 for Kawhi, 21 for Zoo, 22 for Harden. Here's P.J. Washington on the left wing. Gets it to Marshall. Marshall drives. Floater on Zubac. Great defense by Zoo. Really altered that shot. Comes up with the board. Harden bringing it up the floor, slow and steady. Waiting for the screen from Zubac. He gets it. Harden carving through the lane. Left-handed scoop layup. Got it. And the Clippers are pouring it on now. This may be their largest lead of the game at 17. They have 58 of their 86 points in the paint. Here's Washington trying to do work on Kawhi. Kawhi's all over him. Has poked the ball out a couple times and it's stripped by Dunn. Here's Dunn coming back with a head of steam. Floats it over to Powell. Nearly turned over. Dunn comes up with it. He was stepped on the line and the bucket won't count. Wow, Kawhi came up in transition. Dunn saved the ball from going out of bounds as Powell nearly tapped it out. He was tippy-toeing on the baseline and just couldn't stay in bounds, so the Kawhi dunk will be negated. But the Clippers, both on offense and defense, are just potent right now, and it doesn't look like Chris Dunn actually stepped out. I don't know if that's reviewable, but if it is, Ty Lue is certainly going to challenge that. And it looks like we will have a challenge on the floor as the Clippers call a timeout. So that'll almost certainly be overturned. Now the question is whether they'll end up giving Kawhi that bucket. We'll have to wait and see. For now, 4:31 left here in the third. Ty Lue challenging the out-of-bounds call. Clippers lead by commanding 17. It's 86-69. LA here in Inglewood. Okay, work on. Everything's on. Good. So the Eastern Conference, as you listen to me chew my food. Yeah, the East is way more set than the West. The whole playoffs are set. It looks like it's just who ends up getting the 5 and 6, because Milwaukee and Detroit are essentially tied right now. Milwaukee still has a game in hand. The Pacers are 3.5 up on them, so that's basically over there. So the 1 through 4 in the East is basically set. The play-in stuff, there's still some movement there as far as positioning. The play-in guys are going to be Orlando, Atlanta, Chicago, and Miami, though. That's guaranteed. It just depends on where they end up being. Back here at the Intuit Dome, Ballmer's place. The call was overturned, so Ty Lue did challenge the call. It was overturned. Chris Dunn was not out of bounds. Now, we're going to see in just a second here when the broadcast shows it if they end up giving Kawhi the bucket or not, or if they just took the bucket off the floor because they blew the call, and the Clippers will just have possession. We're going to see right here. They're showing the replay 4 or 5 times, and they do give the Clippers the bucket as well. So the Clippers go up by a game-high 19 now, and it's really starting to look reminiscent of last night now, even with AD on the floor and in the game performing well. It's just the Mavs just don't have the firepower to work with this Clippers team, who is clicking on all cylinders as of recent. Here's Dinwiddie. Pops it out to Marshall in the corner. Marshall gets stripped by Powell. It's just pesky defense by the Clippers. They're not taking a step back by any means. I mean, they don't have their foot off the gas at all. Powell, floater in the lane. That's well short. Board ends up in Christie's hands. Here's Dinwiddie coming up the right wing. 9-2 Clippers run. Dinwiddie wanted to drive but didn't like the look. It decides to bring it back. Takes the screen from Kai Jones. Floater, back iron, no good. Tapped off of Powell. Oh no, they're saying it was last off of Dinwiddie. Out of bounds, it'll be Clippers ball. There's 3:51 left here in this third, and if there's anything good for Dallas right now, it's that they're in the bonus for the rest of this quarter. So anytime the Clippers get a little too handsy, the Mavs will be at the line. Here's Harden, gets it to Bogdanovich on the left wing. Bogey getting it down to Zubac, who's posting up Kai Jones. Quickly double-teamed. Caleb Martin just stormed Zoo. He has to pop it back out to Harden. 4 seconds left. Derrick Jones Jr. alley-oop on the back cut. Reverse jam. Harden from half court threw an alley-oop to the back-cutting Derrick Jones Jr., who put up a beautiful behind the head jam. Dinwiddie's fouled going to the lane, and he'll go to the line for 2 now. But the Clippers have every single ounce of momentum in this game right now. Just a beautiful flush from Derrick Jones Jr. and a great look from Harden. Harden has just been phenomenal on the offensive end tonight. Here's Dinwiddie at the line. Only 3 points thus far for Spencer. He still hasn't made a field goal. Knocks down that first free throw, though. As they show Adele courtside, she looks very entertained right now. She looks very entertained. I wonder if Adele actually likes basketball. I'm a professional broadcaster right now. I wonder if Adele actually likes basketball, or if she's just going because she's with Rich Paul. I don't know if they're married yet or not. I'm sure they may be. Who knows? Dinwiddie knocks down that second one. They've been together for a long time, though. Big Zoo with the left-handed jam. Got it. And Zubac has just been dominant down low. On AD, Kai Jones, anybody they've thrown at him, Zoo has just dominated in the paint. Here's Najee Marshall. Hop, step, and a jump. Can't get the bucket to go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2, and he's coming up holding that right knee. It looks like that right knee may have banged on the floor a little bit. Najee grimacing in pain, just a tad. He'll look to shake it off, though. Big Zoo. He has 23, and 8. He's 10 of 10 from the floor. Zubac is perfect from the floor. Now, is he shooting anything outside of 10 feet? No, not really. But still, 10 of 10 from the floor, Zubac. And if the Clippers make a run in these playoffs, of course, Harden and Kawhi will be a huge part of it. But Zubac has just turned into a great player. A really good, great player. He'll certainly make an all-star team someday in the near future, presumably in the next 1, 2, 3 years, if he keeps up at this pace. Marshall goes 1 for 2 at the line. Zubac comes up with yet another board. He's working on a double-double. He's 1 board away. Here's Zoo, down low with Kai Jones. Nearly gets stripped. Quick double team. Has to float it back out to Harden. And it looks like they're calling a foul. I think it was on Christie. Oh, no, they call a kickball on Najee Marshall. Excuse me. Kickball on Marshall. AD and Klay Thompson look on from the bench. Almost befuddled. This is not what this team was supposed to look like. Now, of course, at the beginning of the year, this Mavs team looked totally different with Luka Doncic at the helm. Here's Harden driving. He's looking to get that left-handed floater again. Misses it. Zubac with a putback jam. So even when Harden and Zubac aren't trying to connect, they end up connecting. Zoo with the putback. Here's Dinwiddie. Nice down low to Kai Jones for the jam. Little pick and roll action between Kai Jones and Spencer Dinwiddie. Ends up with an easy flush. And 2:20 left here in the third. The lead for LA is now down to just 20. Here is Derrick Jones Jr. driving on Dinwiddie. Kicks back out to Bogey. Bogey pick and roll with DJJ. He's stripped going to the lane, but he's fouled by Kai Jones. Jones on Jones crime there. Junior will go to the line. But even after the trade, even after that Dallas trade, it didn't look like the Mavs were they going to be worse? You didn't really know, because you got somebody like AD who is a perennial All-NBA player. And he comes out in his first game and is just unstoppable, unbelievable. And he gets hurt in the fourth quarter. He's out for a number of weeks. Within that time, Kyrie tears his ACL, and the whole season, basically, the hopes and the dreams that Nico Harrison may have had with this AD trade just totally go down the toilet. And now the Mavs are just fighting for home court in a 9-10 play-in game. DJJ went 1 for 2 at the line. Najee Marshall gets fouled on the other end, and he'll go to the line for 2 now. So we're playing the foul game here down the stretch in the third. 3 guys collapsed on Najee Marshall down there in the paint. All of them don't like the call, but when 3 guys are there jumping in the air, it's almost certain that a guy's going to come down and hit the offender, hit the offensive player somewhere on the body. Marshall's first free throw is good. That's only Najee's, and he knocks down that second free throw as well. Najee still hasn't made a field goal as well. So Dinwiddie and Najee Marshall, who have been 2 good players for this depleted Mavericks squad, have both not hit a field goal tonight. Najee knocked down both those free throws, though. Here's Harden going one-on-one with Najee. Tried to go up with the right hand this time. He was blocked. Caleb Martin's coming up the floor with the head of steam. Christie driving right. Gets it to Kai Jones. Kai Jones, Euro step. Tried to pop it out to Caleb Martin and was intercepted by DJJ. Here's Harden coming back the other way. No look pass to Bogdanovich. Transition 3. Got it. Bogey's knocked down his first 3 of the game. 98-76. Here's Dinwiddie floating in the lane. He's fouled. And now that this game has turned into a blowout, the refs all of a sudden are blowing the whistle. Killing any momentum, any type of flow this game may have had. As far as I know, Too Short is not in the house, so they're not trying to impress the Bay Area legend. If you get it, you get it. Spencer Dinwiddie knocked down that first free throw. The second one from Dinwiddie is back iron, no good. Rebound ends up at Harden's hands. Here he is, bringing it up the floor. Finally crosses half court. About a minute left here in this third quarter. Here's Harden, gets the switch onto Dinwiddie. Harden shake and bake. Harden drive, left-handed floater. Got it again, and the foul. And James is pumped. Every Clipper fan in the building tonight is loving this. They have dominated these Mavericks in back-to-back games, and the Clippers are a team right now, and they have been for the past couple weeks, especially with Kawhi's level of play. You do not want to play this Clippers team in the playoffs right now. Even if they end up in a play-in scenario, you do not want to run into this Clippers team. They are playing and connected in every which way. Harden knocks down that free throw. It's now a 24-point lead for the LA Clippers. 27 on the game now for James. Here's Dinwiddie dribbling with the left hand, driving, floats it up to Kai Jones, explosive for the alley-oop jam. And even in a blowout game, Kai Jones finds a way to make highlights. 40 seconds left now in this third quarter. Harden brings it up the floor. Now into the front court, one-on-one with Dinwiddie. Step back three. No good. Tap back by Bogdanovic is good, though. So even when Harden finally misses a shot, when the Clippers miss a shot, the Mavs fail to box out, and Bogdanovic ends up with an easy score. Dinwiddie just blew a layup on the other end, and the Clippers will hold for the last shot of the quarter. Harden dribbling the clock down. He's at half court with 10. Harden being pressed by Dinwiddie. A quick double team coming from Martin. Harden spins out of it. Floats with the right hand, and he's fouled. So Harden will go to the line with 5 and 7/10 seconds left in this third period. Dinwiddie is upset. And I'm sure it's more so just frustration of the game than the call. Harden is always so great at creating contact, especially in a pinch. And if you're a Clippers fan right now, and if you're the Clippers team, really, what's good about this is they're winning by so much right now as Harden makes that first free throw. I'm sure Ty Lue will keep some of his starters out for a little bit of this fourth quarter. But they're leading by 25. It could go up to 26 here if Harden makes this free throw. I'm sure Kawhi probably won't check back into the game. They'll be able to rest Kawhi the rest of this night. Maybe even rest Norm Powell. If they want to rest Harden, they could rest their whole starting five, possibly, if they wanted to. I'm sure they won't, because the lead is never safe here in the NBA as Harden knocked down both free throws. Here's Dinwiddie bringing it up the floor. He'll shoot a half-court shot at the buzzer, and he'll flush it. A little in front of half-court it was. Dinwiddie was dribbling up the floor, got a nice little pep in his step, felt himself, and pulled up from probably 3-4 feet in front of the half-court line and flushed it. So Dinwiddie finally makes a field goal. It's the longest one he's shot in the whole game. And the Mavs, still down by 23, can go into the fourth. With any hope? I don't know. 105-82, the Clippers lead. We head to the fourth and final frame here in Inglewood at the Intuit Dome in Steve Ballmer's house. We'll be back in just a minute. Yeah, I don't think this Mavericks team is going to do anything. At the beginning of the season, I predicted the Mavericks would go all the way to the finals again. I predicted the Mavericks. This sounds crazy. I do this at the beginning of every year. I predicted Mavs, Knicks in the finals. That Knicks one just looks. That's not going to happen. I mean, the Celtics. If the Knicks have to face the Celtics, they're fricked. I mean, there's no. That could be a sweep. But, and let alone the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs own the Knicks at this point too. But yeah, I picked Mavs, Knicks in the finals at the beginning of the year. And honestly, I would have liked the Mavs pick if they didn't trade Luka. Still at this point, just because he's that guy. But I don't know if AD is, because AD can't create his own shot. I mean, it's like, he's pretty good for a big man. He's good at creating his own shot, but he's not Luka, you know. Duh, but. With Kyrie, though, I mean, if it was Kyrie and AD, I'd like it a little more. I think they'd have a chance in the playoffs to maybe get past the first round series, maybe. But now I think they probably get knocked down the play-in, maybe. Or maybe they make it past the first play-in and lose in the second. My next door neighbor is having some freaking huge karaoke showdown. I'm probably going to have to go there after the game. Fourth and final quarter underway, and surprisingly, Kawhi Leonard is actually out there still for the Clippers. Ty Lue elects to put him back into the game, even with a 23-point Clippers lead. Here's Derek Lively trying to make something happen at the top of the key. Gets it to Dinwiddie. He's got 2 seconds on the shot clock. He has to throw up a one-handed runner. Couldn't get it to go. Board is tapped out to Kawhi. Kawhi outlets it to Ben Simmons. So out there on the floor right now for the Clippers, Ben Simmons, Nicholas Batum, Derek Jones Jr., Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Kawhi Leonard. Here's Kawhi in the corner. Pump fakes a three on Clay. Gets the screen from Derek Jones Jr. Now puts up a shot, and he's fouled by AD. They're so loud right now that you may be able to hear them. Oh my gosh, they're lip syncing. They're lip syncing. This is I'm still a professional broadcaster. My next door neighbors are lip syncing to NSYNC right now. That is phenomenal. They're karaokeing to NSYNC right now. I'm definitely gonna have to go over after this. Kawhi knocked down that first free throw. The second one from Leonard is good. 107-82. LA leads. 29 points on the night for Kawhi. Doesn't look hampered, doesn't look hurt, doesn't look like he's laboring at all. He looks phenomenal tonight in his first back-to-back of the season. The first time we played him both halves of a back-to-back this season. Just looking vintage. Here's Dinwiddie, inbounds it to AD. AD trying to get it to Clay off a curl. Good denial by Kawhi. Has to get it to Dinwiddie instead. Dinwiddie gets it down to AD. Triple team by the Clippers. AD fights through it and gets fouled. He'll go to the line for two. Man, the moment AD got the ball there, they swarmed him with two other guys, and he just threw up a shot, and he got fouled. Clippers 13-3. They'll move to, unless something crazy happens here, they'll move to 14-3 over their last 17 games. Here's Davis at the line, knocks down that first free throw. That's 24 for AD, looking for 25 now. He's 7 of 10 from the line tonight, but has not been shooting well since coming to Dallas. Only 64% from the line since moving to Texas. He knocks down both of those free throws, though. Brings his tally up to 25. 25 and 8 for AD, so if he gets a couple more boards, that'll be another double-double in his tally. Here's Simmons, gets it to Batum. Quick release from three, got it in the corner. 110-84 Los Angeles now. Dinwiddie brings it up the floor. Gets the screen from AD. AD trying to post up on Derek Jones Jr. Gets the ball. Quick pass back to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie was not ready for the pass. AD now has to cut back door. Dinwiddie doesn't find him. Gets it to PJ in the corner for three. Front iron no good. Rebound Kawhi. Quick outlet to Simmons. Here's Simmons coming up the floor. Simmons does not want to shoot because he's Ben Simmons. Gets it out to Bogdanovic. Simmons now down low. Still doesn't want to shoot. Floats up with the right hand. Ben Simmons just scored. Ben Simmons scored the basketball. A right-handed jump hook. Good for Ben. 112-184 Clippers. We're approaching a 30-point lead for Los Angeles. Here's AD backing down Derek Jones Jr. Quick double team from Simmons. Gets it to PJ. Touch pass to Clay. Three ball, no good. Rebound bogey. Here's Simmons. Nice outlet pass to Derek Jones Jr. Reverse layup with the left is good. Beautiful acrobatic finish from DJJ. And Jason Kidd has to call a timeout. And that may be done. 9:33 left in the game. 30-point lead for the LA Clippers. They're looking to move up these Western Conference standings. And they're looking to do it with a big win. Big couple wins against Dallas here at the Intuit Dome. 114-84. LA leads. 9:33 left here in the fourth. Ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye. You know what's so funny? I know my neighbors. I know them well enough to know that guaranteed right now, she's having the party right now, right? Right? She's having the karaoke thing, whatever. Her husband, they're much older than me. They're like in their 50s. But guaranteed her husband is not home right now. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. He does not want any of this freaking energy right now. Like, they're homies. I have no idea how they fit so many people in that house, by the way. Like, whenever they have these parties, it seems like there's like 20 people over. I don't even know how there's that much room in that house. I don't even know how they do that. They must be squished up against each other. It's unbelievable. But props, though. It's a vibe. I didn't even know they still show Clippers games on Channel 5. Here we are back in Inglewood, and a turnover immediately out of the timeout. J. Kidd calls a timeout. The Mavs come out, run a set, and AD immediately turns it over. And I apologize to anybody in Dallas tonight who has to watch this game. It just has not been pretty, really from start to finish. They showed a little bit of fight, but this whole half, it's been entirely Clippers. Here's Bogdanovich, step back three, well short, rebound Dinwiddie. Kawhi is now out of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he's out for the rest of it now. Here's Dinwiddie, top of the key, gets it to AD. Anthony facing up on Derek Jones Jr. That's been a matchup AD's liked. He backs him down now. He gets fouled, throws it up, can't get the rattle. He'll go to the line for two, though. So out there for the Mavs right now, Anthony Davis, P.J. Washington, Derek Lively II, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Klay Thompson. So still the starting five out there for Dallas. And then out there for the Clippers, predominantly, I should say, Norm Powell is out there, the only starter out there for the Clippers, along with Nicholas Batum, Derek Jones Jr., Ben Simmons, and Bogdan Bogdanovich. AD's first free throw is good. And AD may hit 30 tonight, and the Mavs are going to lose. I mean, it's not what you want. The Clippers have just been, not only have they been amazing offensively, obviously, they have 114 points with 840 some odd minutes to go. But defensively, they've just been impeccable. One of the best defenses in the league, and they showed it again here tonight. AD knocks down both free throws. Cuts the Clippers' lead to a mere 28. 8:40 left here in the fourth. Here's Simmons. Backhanded handoff to Powell. Drives. Floater with the right. Back iron no good. Rebound Thompson. Here's Klay bringing it up the floor with the headband. Dribbles with the left hand. Nice little hesitation move. Got Simmons on his toes. Great help defense, though. Has to pop it back out to Dinwiddie. Simmons did a great job of covering there on Klay. Spencer looking to get it down to AD, but great job by Derek Jones Jr. Has to pass over to Washington. Shot clock winding down. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Klay has the ball. Tries to split between two guys. Has to shoot an elbow jumper. Rattles out. Rebound Batum. Simmons brings it up the right side. Nobody's defending Simmons. He decides to pass it instead. Gets it to Norman Powell for three. No good. So even in crunch time, up 28, Simmons still will not shoot the ball. Even though he just did shoot it and he made it. It was very reluctant, though. You could tell in his body language. Dinwiddie comes down the other side of the floor. Bricks a three. And Jason Kidd is starting to send out some bench guys, it looks like. Derrick Jones Jr. in the opposite corner misses a 3. And we have a couple guys getting ready to check in for the Mavs. And maybe the white flag officially for Jason Kidd and Dallas. Ben Simmons nearly steals it from AD. AD's out on the three-point line. Simmons is all over him. AD has nowhere to go. He has to pop a 3 with the shot clock winding down. Front iron, no good. Rebound, bogey. Bogdanovich brings the ball up the floor with his left, crosses over to his right, now back to his left. Pick and roll with Derrick Jones Jr. He pops it out to Batum. Right wing 3 ball, cans it. Timeout Jason Kidd, and I think that's it. I think Jay Kidd's going to empty his bench now, and I think the Clippers, we already knew they were going to win this game, but I think it's officially over. 117-86. It's been officially over for a while for us watching this game and listening to this game, but I think Jay Kidd has officially acknowledged that this game is over. The Clippers are up by 31. There's 7:08 left here in the fourth. It's an absolute blowout here in Inglewood. Good job by me. I just wiped ketchup on my pajamas. What a flippin' re. Huh. I did it, guys. I finished the sandwich. Good for me. Did it. Back here at the Intuit Dome, 7:08 left here in the fourth, 117-86. The Clippers lead. And both the benches are out there now for both squads. So Ty Lue recognized the white flag from Kidd and decided to send out his bench as well. Here's Max Christie driving on the left elbow. Shot clock winding down. Has to retreat to the three-point line. Now jumper from right around the free throw line. Got it. So Max Christie, who hasn't gotten much playing time tonight and hasn't gotten many shots off, knocks one down. He's 2 of 2 from the floor now. Here's Patty Mills on a curl. 3 ball, back iron, no good. Rebound Kai Jones. So we'll get you who's out there right now. Cam Christie is out there for Los Angeles. Max Christie just drove to the hoop, couldn't get it to go. Offensive board and putback by Kai Jones is good. So out there for the Clippers, Jordan Miller's out there. Patty Mills is out there. Kobe Brown is out there. Drew Eubanks and Cam Christie, of course, the brother of Max Christie. So the Christie brothers are going up against each other right now, which is kind of fun here late in the blowout game. Here's Drew Eubanks going one-on-one with Kai Jones. Couple step throughs. Right-handed jump hook is good. Got the rattle. Drew Eubanks getting some buckets. 74. The points in the paint battle is just unbelievable tonight. 74 points in the paint for Los Angeles compared to 36 for Dallas. Here's Dwight Powell in the corner for 3. Couldn't get that one to go. Rebound, Cam Christie. And Cam Christie being guarded by his brother Max. Gets it over in the corner. No good. Rebound Christie. He brings it up the floor now. Caleb Martin now with the ball. Nice little layoff to Kai Jones and an emphatic jam. 119-92 now. And with 5 minutes left here in the fourth, you just hope the officials just let this game play out. And we can all go home happy, especially Clippers fans, maybe not Dallas fans. And right as I say that, they call a foul on Kai Jones. Right as I say, hopefully the officials let this game just play out. They call a foul on Kai Jones. Oh, boy, oh, boy. The announcer jinx is real, guys. Here's Drew Eubanks, top of the key. Nice little behind-the-back handoff to Patty Mills. Elbow jumper, flushes it home. Here's Caleb Martin driving. Left-handed scoop layup, no good. Offensive board, Kai Jones. Couldn't get the score, though. Quick outlet to Patty Mills in transition. Lays it off. Cam Christie, jam. Couldn't get it to go. Gets his own board, though, and missed the layup. Patty Mills now gets the kickback. 3-ball. Got it. Oh, man. Cam Christie had 2 wide-open looks there and blew them both. Patty Mills made up for it, though, with a 3-ball at the top of the key. Here's Max, going one-on-one with his brother. Hands it off to Jones. Now to Caleb Martin, driving on the right side. Nearly stripped and fouled. So the first back-to-back playing both halves for Kawhi Leonard is a resounding success. The final line for Kawhi: 29, 6, and 3 with 3 steals and a block. 12 of 19 from the floor. 3 of 5 from downtown. First free throw from Martin is no good. A plus 27 in the box score. Kawhi Leonard. In a blowout, that doesn't sound crazy, but it's the best plus minus on the Clippers team. The rest of the Clippers starters: Zubac ending with 25 and 10. Martin knocks down that second free throw, goes 1 for 2 at the line. And the Mavs are in the bonus now, so just pray that the Clippers don't foul anybody. Here's Patty Mills bringing it up the floor. Gets it to Eubanks, who hands it off to Miller. Miller gets it to Christie. 3-ball, well short. Rebound, Caleb Martin. It corrals back out to him. Martin, nice no-look pass to Kai Jones, who slams it. And Kai is a human highlight reel. I mean, the airtime this guy gets on every single jam is unbelievable. Here's Miller. Miller hands it off to Brown. Brown to Eubanks. Quick handoff to Mills. Tap out to Christie. Pump fake and drive. Kicks it out to Brown. 3-ball top of the key. Got it. And that was a great offensive possession for the bench warmers of the Clippers. I mean, they even look connected. They've been on the floor for 2 seconds and they look connected. Look more connected maybe than the Mavs have looked all night. Here's Martin. Fakes the 3, gets it down low to Jones. Scoop pass to Powell. He's blocked. Ball is up in Brown's hands. Brown drives. Kicks it off his own foot. Foul by Martin. That was on the ground, though, so it'll be out of bounds Clipper ball. James Harden ends tonight 29, 14, and 7 for James. 10 of 19 from the floor. 8 of 9 from the free throw line. A plus 26 in the a mere plus 26 in the box score. Here's Miller inbounding it to Patty Mills. Patty finds Cam Christie on a curl. Floater. Back iron no good. Offensive board Eubanks puts it back up. Gets fouled by Kai Jones. No, they call it jump ball, actually. They say Kai Jones got his hand all over the ball, and that's why Drew Eubanks came back down. So him and Kai will square up at the free throw line. No, they won't fight, although that would probably be more entertaining than this game at this point. Kai Jones wins the jump ball. Now under 3 minutes left here in the game. Here's Najee Marshall with a head of steam down the right-handed side. Scores with a nice little scoop layup. Here's Miller bringing it up the floor. And it's not like it was much. It was really the three-headed monster for the Clippers tonight. The defense was just great. Chris Dunn made some great plays on defense as Miller airballs a floater. Rebound ends up in Kai Jones' hands. But Chris Dunn had himself 2 steals, but was just a pest on defense all night. Norm Powell only had 9 tonight. He was 4 of 13 from the floor, and the Clippers still are going to win this game by 25, 30 points. I mean, it's unbelievable. Najee Marshall, leaner, got it. But not much off the bench. The highest scoring bench guy for the Clippers was Derrick Jones Jr. and Bogdan Bogdanovic, who tied with 7 points apiece. The three-headed monster of Kawhi, Zubac, and Harden really showed up and showed off here today. Beautiful block by Kai Jones. I mean, this guy, every time that he touches the ball, it seems like something that could be on SportsCenter happens. It's unbelievable. Big Zoo not only was 25 and 10, but went 11 of 11 from the floor. That is the most field goals made without a miss in Clippers history. They just showed that up on the screen right now. 11 of 11, perfect, a perfect game for Ivica Zubac tonight. And of course, Kai Jones can't keep his hands off of Jordan Miller. He fouls him, and we're going to have more free throws here at the Intuit Dome. The Mavs, AD had himself a really nice game, 27 and 9. Didn't have a block though, 6 turnovers compared to 0 assists. So a terrible assist to turnover ratio for AD tonight. He was 8 of 19 from the floor, 10 of 13 from the free throw line, 1 of 5 from 3. Miller knocks down that free throw. So not an extremely efficient game from AD. And then everyone else, Clay was the second best starter on the team tonight. He was 14. He had 14 points. Miller knocked down both free throws. He had 14 points, was 5 of 10 from the floor, 4 of 8 from 3. They just couldn't find a way to get him into actions tonight. Clay looked like he had a hot hand at points too. They just didn't get the ball in his hands. Here's Christie working on the right side. Picks up his dribble, gets out to Najee. Shot clock winding down. Step back 3 from Marshall. That's a brick. Rebound Cam Christie. Kai Jones has himself 18 and 7 off the bench tonight. He's the second leading scorer for the Mavs tonight. And that ball's immediately turned over by the Mavs. Here's Kobe Brown with a head of steam the other way. Gets blocked by PJ Washington, who's in the game right now, which I don't know why that's happening. PJ just checked into the game for some reason. I'm really surprised that Jason Kidd would do that. We have another foul on the floor, so the officials aren't just letting them play right now, which is always fun. Max Christie's at the line now for 2. He knocks down that first one. 1:06 left here in the fourth. Clippers' next game will be on Tuesday, so they'll get tomorrow and Monday off. They'll stay here in LA, though, which will be a nice little layout for them. They won't have to travel or anything. They'll just be able to hang out in their homes for the next 2 days, and they'll play San Antonio on Tuesday, while Dallas will travel back to Texas. They'll get even more days off. They'll get tomorrow off, Monday and Tuesday off to travel and rest after a back-to-back here. Drew Eubanks slams it down low. 133-101 LA now. But the Mavs, another highly anticipated game. I won't be calling that one because it's on a Wednesday, but Lakers Mavericks in Dallas on Wednesday. If the Clippers are blowing the Mavs out like this, the Lakers, it could be a similar story their next game. This could be a really tough stretch for Dallas. I mean, they just got blown out last night. They're getting blown out again tonight, and they're playing LA on Wednesday. Now they'll be well rested, so hopefully they'll have everyone except Kyrie basically. Daniel Gafford will surely be back. Lively will be playing. AD will be playing. But that could be another blowout in Dallas if the Lakers show up. But of course, the storyline behind that will be Luka coming back to Dallas, and I wouldn't be, how insane it sounds. I really wouldn't be surprised if that place is sold out and they're cheering for the Lakers. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas fans, just to spite Nico Harrison, as both free throws were knocked down by PJ Washington. Here's Cam Christie, floater in the lane. Got it. So Christie on the board. Both Christies scoring this game. That's a nice little thing to see. Here's Max bringing up the floor. They could hatch it. Instead, he's going to go for something. J-Kid's letting him play. Here's Max. Gets the screen from PJ. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock, and we have a foul off the ball. Unbelievable that the officials are calling fouls at this point. I mean, just let the clock wind down. Oh, my. They have to hit their quota or something. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? It's all conspiracy. We never know what's up with these officials. Patty Mills was called for the foul. But that is going to be an unbelievable game to watch just from an entertainment perspective. Just as an event. To see Luka going back to Dallas. And like I said, I really wouldn't be surprised if just to spite Nico Harrison, Dallas fans show up. Of course, there will be Lakers fans in Dallas on Wednesday. Lakers fans travel very well. But I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas fans are just cheering Luka the whole game. The whole game. So that's going to be very interesting to watch. That's Dallas's next game on Wednesday. The Clippers' next game on Tuesday night against San Antonio. The clock is about to expire. Kobe Brown's dribbling it out. Ty Lue and Jason Kidd will dap it up at center court. And that's a final here in LA. Another blowout win for the Clippers. They're on an absolute roll. Absolute roll. Nobody wants to play this team in a play-in or playoff scenario right now. We'll see if the Spurs can halt any of their momentum on Tuesday, while the Mavs will just try and get back in the win column after suffering 2 big blowout defeats against LA, against the Clippers in LA. They'll go play the other LA team in Dallas on Wednesday. That's it, everybody. From my backyard to the Intuit Dome. Karaoke in the background. Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. We're not listening to that. 135-104. The final. Clippers win behind a huge game from Kawhi, a perfect game from Ivica Zubac, and a near triple-double from James Harden. For nobody else. For the possums in my backyard. For the wind, the breeze. For all of you. I'm Noah Daigle. Signing off. TMC. Good night, everybody.